Hello, hello. Welcome back to another episode of Learn English Deep Talks. I'm Anna, and I am looking out the window right now at a very, very gray sky.
And I'm Eric. Here in my studio, it's actually quite bright. But Anna, you're right. The weather is the one thing everyone in the world has in common, isn't it?
It really is. It doesn't matter if you are in Tokyo, London, or New York, you have to deal with the weather every single day. But Eric, have you ever noticed that when English speakers don't know what to say, they always start talking about the rain?
Oh, absolutely. It's the safety topic. If you're in an elevator with a stranger and it's awkward, you just say, "cold enough for you," and suddenly you're having a conversation.
Exactly. But today, we aren't just going to talk about sunny and cloudy. We are going to dive deep. We are going to learn how to describe the weather like a native, how to use weather idioms to sound more natural, and why the weather can actually change your mood. But wait, before we get into the clouds and the sunshine, we have a very important sunny reminder for you.
That's right. If you want to grow your English vocabulary every day, please hit that subscribe button right now.
And if you find this episode helpful, give us a like and hit the notification bell. We post new lessons every week to help you reach your goals.
Also, stay tuned until the end of the episode because Anna is going to share a story about the time she got trapped in a literal ice storm in Canada. It's a wild story.
It was freezing. But first, let's get into the basics.
Anna, let's imagine we're at a bus stop. It's drizzling. For our listeners, drizzling means very light rain. It's not a storm, it's just a little bit of water.
Okay, I'm standing there holding my umbrella. Try to start a conversation with me using the weather.
Acting? Boy, it just won't stop, will it?
See what he did there? He didn't even say the word rain. He said it. In English, we use it to talk about the weather all the time. It is raining, it is sunny, it is cold.
Right. And when I said it won't stop, I was complaining a little bit. In many English-speaking cultures, complaining about the weather is a great way to make friends.
It's true. If I respond, I might say, I know, I'm sick of this gray sky. I heard it's supposed to clear up by tomorrow, though.
Clear up. That's a great phrasal verb. Listeners, write that down. To clear up means the clouds go away and the sun comes out.
So, if you are a new learner, don't be afraid to use the weather as an icebreaker. An icebreaker is something you say to start a conversation with someone you don't know.
Okay, let's upgrade our vocabulary. Usually, students say, "the weather is good," or "the weather is bad." But that's a bit boring, right?
Very boring. Let's talk about temperature first.
Okay, if it's very, very hot, like in a desert, we don't just say hot. We say it is scorching.
Oh, I hate scorching weather. It makes me feel so tired. What about when it's hot and the air feels heavy or wet?
That is humid. Humid weather is common in places like Florida or Southeast Asia. It's when you sweat just by standing still.
Exactly. And on the other side, if it's very cold, we can say it is freezing or chilly.
There is a difference. Chilly means you need a light jacket. Freezing means you need a heavy coat, a scarf, and maybe gloves.
And what about the wind? If there is a lot of wind, we say it is blustery or breezy.
Breezy sounds nice, like a light wind at the beach. Blustery sounds like the wind is trying to blow your hat off your head. Anna, I noticed something when I was teaching English last week. Many students get confused between the noun and the adjective.
You're right. For example, sun, noun, and sunny, adjective.
Exactly. You can say the sun is bright, noun, or it is a sunny day, adjective.
Let's practice a few more for our listeners. Rain versus rainy, snow versus snowy, wind versus windy, cloud versus cloudy, fog versus foggy.
Good. And remember, when we talk about the current weather, we almost always use the present continuous. It is raining right now. It is snowing outside.
But if we talk about the general climate, we use the present simple. It rains a lot in London. It snows every winter in Moscow.
This is my favorite part. English has so many idioms based on the weather. Anna, if I say I'm feeling a bit under the weather today, what What do I mean?
It means you feel a little bit sick, maybe a cold or a headache. You don't need to go to the hospital, but you don't feel 100%.
Right. Under the weather. I wonder why we say that. Maybe because when the weather is bad, people get sick.
Probably. Here's another one. A breeze. If I say, that English test was a breeze, was it hard?
No, it was very easy. A breeze is a light, easy wind. So a task that is a breeze is a task that is very easy to do.
How about this one? This is very common in business. To steal someone's thunder.
Oh, that's a mean one. It means to take the credit for something someone else did, or to do something better than someone just as they are about to get attention.
Like if I'm about to tell a joke and you tell the same joke before me, you've stolen my thunder.
I would never do that to you, Anna. Okay, one more. Rain on your parade.
This is when someone ruins your good mood or your big plans. Like if I say, I'm so excited to go to the park, and you say, actually, the park is closed today. You are raining on my parade.
Let's put this into a real-life situation. Let's pretend you and I are planning a picnic for our YouTube subscribers.
I love that idea. Okay, let's check the forecast. A forecast is a prediction of the weather.
Okay, looking at my fake phone. The forecast says it's going to be overcast on Saturday.
Overcast. That just means the whole sky is covered in clouds. It doesn't mean it will rain, right?
Usually no, but wait, there's a 60% chance of scattered showers in the afternoon.
Scattered showers. That means it will rain for a few minutes here and a few minutes there. It's not a downpour.
A downpour is a lot of rain very quickly, like raining cats and dogs.
Raining cats and dogs is an old idiom. We don't use it as much as we used to, but everyone understands it. It just means very heavy rain.
So, should we cancel the picnic?
Well, we have a saying, rain or shine. It means we will do the event no matter what the weather is.
Rain or shine, I like that. We can just bring a big tent.
Let's get serious for a moment. Sometimes the weather isn't just a conversation topic, it's dangerous.
You're right. We have words for extreme weather. For example, heat wave. That's when it stays scorching for many days in a row.
And then there are thunderstorms. That's when you have lightning, the light, and thunder, the sound.
Many people get confused. Remember, lightning can strike you, but thunder is just a loud noise.
What about where you live, Eric? Do you get blizzards?
A blizzard is a very heavy snowstorm with strong winds. You can't see anything. It's called a whiteout. It's very dangerous to drive in a blizzard.
In other parts of the world, they have hurricanes, typhoons, or cyclones. They're all the same thing, massive storms over the ocean, but they have different names depending on where you are.
And tornadoes. Those are the spinning funnels of wind that move across the land.
It's important for English learners to know these words, especially if you watch the news. If you hear weather alert or weather warning, you need to listen carefully.
Anna, do you think the weather affects your mood?
100%. When it is sunny, I have so much energy. I want to clean my house. I want to go for a run. I want to record 10 podcasts.
And when it's gray and gloomy?
Oh, gloomy. That's a perfect word. It means dark and sad. When it's gloomy, I just want to stay in bed with a cup of tea and a book.
There's actually a medical term for that. It's called SAD, Sessional Affective Disorder. It's when people get depressed because there isn't enough sunlight in the winter.
That's why many people in cold countries go to the tanning salon or use special light boxes. They need that sunshine feeling.
My advice for English learners, if it's a gloomy day, use that time to study. If you can't go outside, stay inside and practice your English verbs.
Turn a rainy day into a productive day.
Let's take a look at some comments from our last video. Remember, guys, we read all your comments.
Here is a question from Ahmed in Egypt. He says, in my country, it is always hot. I don't know how to describe snow. What does it feel like?
Oh, Ahmed, snow is interesting. When it first falls, it's very quiet. We call it fresh powder. It's soft. But if it stays on the ground and gets cold, it becomes ice. And ice is slippery.
Slippery means you might fall down if you aren't careful.
Here's another one from Elena in Italy. She asks, what is the difference between mist and fog?
Great question. They're both clouds that are low to the ground. Fog is very thick. It's hard to see through. Mist is thinner. You usually see mist in your water or in the forest in the morning.
Think of mist as light fog.
And one more from Lee in China. How do I talk about the temperature in Fahrenheit and Celsius?
Ah, the big struggle. Most of the world uses Celsius. The USA uses Fahrenheit.
Here's a quick tip. 0 degrees Celsius is freezing. That's 32 degrees Fahrenheit. 20 degrees Celsius is a nice, comfortable day. That's 68 degrees Fahrenheit. 30 degrees Celsius is hot. That's 86 degrees Fahrenheit. And 40 degrees Celsius is stay inside. That's 104 degrees Fahrenheit.
If you are learning English to move to the US, you definitely need to learn Fahrenheit. If you're going anywhere else, Celsius is usually fine. Okay, Anna, we're almost at the end. You promised us a story. Tell us about the ice storm.
Okay, so a few years ago, I was living in eastern Canada. In the winter, it gets very cold, but sometimes something strange happens. It rains, but the ground is so cold that the rain turns to ice the moment it touches anything.
That's called freezing rain, right?
Yes, and one night we had a massive freezing rainstorm. I woke up the next morning and looked out the window. Everything, every tree, every car, every house was covered in a thick layer of glass.
It sounds beautiful, but I bet it was dangerous.
It was! The trees were so heavy with ice that the branches started breaking. Crack! Bang! It sounded like fireworks. Then the power lines broke. We had no electricity, no heat, and no lights for 4 days.
4 days in the Canadian winter with no heat. How did you survive?
We had a lot of blankets and we cooked soup on a small camping stove. But the craziest part, I tried to walk to my car and I literally slid all the way down my driveway on my bottom. I couldn't stand up because the ground was a perfect sheet of ice.
Oh, I wish I had a video of that.
No way. But it taught me to respect the weather. Nature is much stronger than we are.
What a story. Okay, let's review our key weather words for today. 1. Drizzle, light rain. Scorching, very hot. Humid, wet air. Chilly versus freezing. Clear up, when the sun comes back. Under the weather, feeling sick. And a breeze, very easy.
And don't forget the forecast, overcast, and the difference between Celsius and Fahrenheit.
We hope this episode helps you feel more confident the next time you are at a bus stop or in an elevator and someone says, "Crazy weather we're having, isn't it?"
Now you have the tools to answer.
Before we go, don't forget to subscribe to Learn English Deep Talks. We want to help you reach your English goals, and your support means the world to us.
Please like this video and comment below. Here's your homework. Describe the weather in your city today using 3 adjectives we learned.
I'll be looking for words like scorching, blustery, or gluey.
Thanks for joining us today. Keep practicing, keep listening, and
Keep learning English every day. See you in the next one.
bye!